Hey Mom, look, the boys are back in town.
Well, the day has come. I got a very large package. Another very large package. Some spray paint. And some metal. Yay. Metal. It's gonna go right back here on the frame. And this package is full of parts. Let's get it opened. So a month ago, I was driving down the road and I heard a clunk, 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 clunk. And I said, that's weird. I crawled under the rig and this is what I found. So I found that and I was like, that's going to be an issue. I reached out to Instagram to all my followers on Athena, the two-wheel wonder, which was my first 4runner. And I said, how can I fix this issue? And you know who replied? Sean with Timmy the Toolman. Great guys. They said, bro, don't even worry about it. Don't even try to cut out and relocate that shock mount. Get you an outboard shock mount kit. Ordered that. It was about, I think, $200. So that is going to get welded right in this area. We'll get to that, don't worry. So what we're going to work on today is actually the front. So I got two of these bad boys right here. I can't wait to get these things open. So this lift kit was an SRQ lift kit, 2.5 inch. I went with the 400-pound springs in the back, I believe, because I'm always hauling tools. I'm always this is unpacked for me. So, excuse me, good gracious. Unpacked. I'm usually loaded to the brim with tools, all sorts of stuff. Got some paint and primer because I want to paint and primer some spots up here, especially on the spindle. I know you can barely tell, but I really want to hit the spindle. And then in the back is really rough down here. So in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to install that lift kit, but we're also going to do some sanding and repainting and spot painting and cleaning this thing up. So I don't know if y'all realize that, but those aren't stock uppers. Tanner, I bought these off of him. Thank you, buddy. The ones that I got with the truck were all like blown out. Pretty much when I got the truck, I had to redo the entire front ball joints and everything and all that. Let's get this tire off. Let's get to looking. Super simple. Let's get it. Before I get that tire off, what I'm going to do is do a comparison before and after before I forget about it. What I actually like to do is, because obviously that rocker's a little popped in, is go right to the door. And this actually makes a perfect trim piece, makes a perfect thing for it. So we're looking at 33.5 of off the ground, and it's not going to move from this spot. And off the other side, 33 3/4, which there's no jack on that. It's under there, but it's not jacked up. But 35.5, 35, 30, 33.5, 33 3/4. See you after the lift. Well, now that we got that wheel off, like I said, come in here with a sander or a wheel on the drill. Kind of scrape that down, get all that junk off there, prime it, repaint it. This whole assembly is going to come off. It's really simple. It's just your 3 bolts up here. Also going to hit this with some paint. 3 bolts up there, 1 bolt down there. Now it can be a pain to get out and get the new one in, but these are going to be your Freedom off-roads. I've heard really good things about them, but they're starting to rust a little bit. And the other issue that I'm having is the wear. I don't know if y'all can really see this, but if you look on the left side of the tire, well, that's me holding the camera straight. You got a little angle to that dangle. And when I took it to get realigned with the new ball joints, uppers, lowers, tie rods, knew CV actually leaky. Knew all that. He said you're probably still gonna have a little bit of angle to it and see some wear. Obviously, I see some wear. So we're gonna put those up front as soon as we get this all taken back together, or taken apart, put back together, and then we're gonna go for another alignment to get everything set straight. Doesn't look too bad. Not terrible, not terrible. These are the new disc brakes that I put on, new rotors and pads in the front. We also probably should paint the back of that thing, but I digress. Let's get into taking this thing apart. Okay, so what y'all just saw me do is pop out the bottom bolt there, 3 on the top. You know, it's really tricky to get at this back one. I had a spacer lift on my old 4runner. This one, you can see where I was dinging up against it, but all you do, just slide that sucker. I cut it at brake lines. With a little finagling, you just slide it on out. And now that I have that one out, I am going to do some touch-up paint here. There's a little spot right here I'm going to pop down and just hit. And then I'm also going to hit the top of the, whatchamacallits. And it doesn't feel like they've been wrung out at all, which is really good. I was kind of worried that they'd be rusted a little bit, but they actually look really good. But we're just going to clean them up, spray paint it, and put the new one in. Alrighty, now that we got all that taken care of, I'm going to scoot you all back a little bit. Now that we got all that taken care of, painted up a little bit, looks a little nicer, we're just going to install by putting it up through here, getting the 3 bolts to hold it, and then the bolt through the bottom, and get the tire back on and the little brake bracket back on, and we will be good to go. So let's hop in. There it is in all of its glory. We're going to move you all back over to here. We're going to go ahead and drop this off here. Move it back to the frame. For more support. Creaking, good gracious. And we're just gonna wheel this back over and put it on for right now. I'm gonna have them swap it and rotate and align it like I said earlier in the video. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't do this 1 little 10mm. Put it dry. Oopa-doop-doop-doop-ba-doo. There we go, on the bracket. Let's get this big boy back up in here. Oh my gracious. Oh my gracious. Hands are filthy. Oh my gosh. Why is it so high? I can't remember if I got... There we go. There we go. Okay. She on there. Let's get these puppies started. Alright. So, once we get these on, we're going to go ahead and impact them on just to get them on. Then we'll take the bar, breaker bar, break them in right. Oh, and then we'll move to the other side. Biggest issue was really just that top back bolt. Milwaukee Power. Now I'm sure I'll be able to change that. Turn those. Okay, we're all good here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Go up once more. Pull our jack out or all apart and release it back to the wild. Dooby. Holy freaking alignment. Dude, this is kicked way out now. Good gracious. I can't tell if we have more lift or not. We're gonna, cause I know like they can look the same and then you put them on and I can't. Oh, what are we looking at? What are we looking at? And the test results say, oh wow, we're actually the exact same, which is wild. Which is wild. But I bet you this is gonna ride a lot better. Don't you think so, Pops? Don't you think so, Pops? Alright, so we're gonna hop over to the other side. I'm just gonna take a time lapse of the whole thing since I just walked y'all through how to do it. And yeah, let's get it. And there we have it. I'm going to measure this side as well. Remember, we had 33.5 over here. So we get the old handy-dandy blazer. Still kind of running weird. Handy-dandy tape measure. 33.5. So we're sitting at the exact same size. But I just have a good feeling that the back is going to be a lot smoother once we figure this out. So moving, excuse-moi. Moving on, what I'm gonna do, take off this back wheel. There it is. I gotta trim off that little rubber grommet. And then we're going to, I don't know if I'm gonna test fit these. I think I need to switch the coils out first. Figure out where I'm sitting at in the rear. So that way I can adjust for those. I think. Oh well, we're gonna figure it out. Ain't that right, dogs? Ain't that right, dogs? So with the front tidied up, we're actually going to get a measurement on both sides. Look at that. Oh my dog attack. My dog attack. Sitting right at, we'll go at 19 3/4. We'll call it 20 1/4.
What are we doing?
I'm jacking up the back of the yoder so that way we can pop the coil spring loose, put the new ones in, and then look at that spider. God, look at that sucker's huge.
That's a wolf spider.
Welcome to Nature 101.
He's going in the Chevy.
So now we're gonna fire up the Chevy. What we're doing is the coil springs first, so that way when we put our mount up for our shocks, we can kind of gauge off there, because we don't want full shock all the time. We want a little bit of compression, not a lot of compression, but we want some more to travel. These did not come banded. They came already extended, so we're going to have to crunch them down somehow.
Oh, we're gonna have to just pry them.
Pry them, pop them in the spot, but that way we know what full travel is. So when we slide it onto the axle, I can mark it and then go down just a little bit, maybe a ½ inch, quarter inch, just however we see fit.
Don't drop it.
That's an expensive part right there, baby. The coils we got are the biggest coils SRQ has to offer.
Old man emu.
Old man emus, which is a 450 pound rating or a 400 pound rating. So I'm expecting some lift in the back. But I'm always hauling tools and
Fat women.
fat women. No, that's not fat. That's not true. So yeah, we're just hoping that when we jack it up, and don't try this at home. Always have safer methods of
We're scotched now.
jacking it up. My jack's just too small. We have a little bit of twist in it, so we're gonna go back down.
He'll get there eventually. We'll figure it out.
We'll be on the time lapse.
Yeah, they're on a time lapse. So let's go.
Here we go again. Trying hard, but you wanna be my friend. Ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. Here we go again. Call my bluff, I'ma be a
You versus the guy she tells you not to worry about. So right here, obviously you can tell that the old man emu coils are coiled a lot tighter. There's a lot less space in between. And these are also bent.
The old ones?
The old ones are, they got a little bend to them. If you go right over it and look, that side is bent in a little bit more than this side. That's crazy. But yeah, so these are gonna be, this is gonna be tough.
Yeah, we'll get it.
But we'll get it.
We got the
And y'all
old.
are still watching, so
We got
y'all
the-
are watching my tail. So
We got the Bomb Maker 9000 there, so let's see what we can do.
let's do it. Engineers, would you quit eating my paint? And that is on clearance, baby.
I like it. So we got the new one in. It was only slightly sketchy.
Macy, would you quit
But-
licking him?
What do you think?
I like it. It's this sucker. This back end is gonna be a little high until I put some weight in it. So we're probably gonna be riding around with like a pallet of cinder blocks or something. I don't know.
Concrete?
No, but these coils do tend to sag a lot and very quickly. So even if they sag an inch, 2 inches, I think I'll be okay. But we'll see. I guess I've never used these shocks. I used a different one.
Who knows?
So now what we're gonna move on to is Tanner can show you right down in there. Yeah, that's the shock mount with residue all over it still from the other shock because it like molded itself on there and melted and it's just disgusting.
AKA, it's nice and crusty.
So we got the grinding wheel. I'm just gonna grind all the extra rubber off of it. We're gonna slide our new shock on there and then put the tire on and then align where we need to go.
Like right here.
Well, right there, but
That's my guess.
how high, how low?
Who knows? Here we
Don't
go.
ever forget your safety squints at home.
Alec, what's going on?
So when you get aftermarket shocks, as you can tell by the metal ding, there's gonna be a metal sleeve inside of it. My ding dong thing, ding dong. When I cut this off, I left the sleeve right there on it. So as you can tell, there's still a sleeve on there. So now what we have to do is either A, get a pull tool, hope and pray that the middle of it is small enough to get right up to it and actually pull it off. B, very, very carefully cut it in half on the top and on the bottom, let it fall off. Or C, we just sell the thing.
Buy a new truck.
That'd be nice.
All right, well, let's figure out what we're gonna do. All right, so in typical fashion, using the front end puller did not work. So Alec got in here with the oscillating tool.
Had to cut the ridge you see there. And as you can see, I have a little bit of movement. Well, that's what we want. So I'm gonna keep going, back in this section here, I can already see the little crack forming. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but I'm like right here in this little crack. So if I keep going with it, I'm gonna try to get it so that way it releases tension. That way I can put the puller back on it and it'll just pull right off.
Well, if you get it pulled apart, it should just fall right off.
It should.
In theory. And in theory, nothing ever goes the way we planned. So, yeah. He's making Smeagol noises at the moment. Well, what do you have to say about that?
This is the stupidest, but it's off, so we're gonna get the new one on. Give it that huck too. So I did end up cutting into this a little bit, but
yeah. Where'd you learn that maneuver? Spring break 2021?
and 23, baby. Spring break.
New shock tower. So basically it will... Ooh, let me get this thing turned around here. It's gonna weld in somewhere like so. And yeah.
Alright, and that...
That's a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure, isn't it?
Yeah, that's how that's supposed to go.
But you also gotta think we're at like full tilt.
All right, so currently Alec is grinding away on the frame of the 4runner, and we did a little bit of research. So basically on these things right here, the arrow is pointing forward, and you're gonna wanna go about an 1/8 down from the top of the frame rail. And there's a tube that runs through there that y'all can probably see, and you're gonna wanna go about an 1/8 to 1/4 back from that. So basically, put it up there, marked it out so he knows where to grind. He's grinding it all down. Once it gets ground down, we'll set it back up, remark it, and then tack it into place, and then fully weld it on and put the shock in, and it's gonna be a pretty much, hopefully a quick done deal install, but let's get back over there.
I'm the one you ride, I'm the one you ride to. If you don't wanna change, ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. If you don't wanna change, I can.
Oh, you're gonna have to go up with the axle.
Alrighty, it's starting to get a little windy out here. We're gonna have to go up with the axle tenor. I'm gonna let it down. Watch everything. Watch your legs. Watch everything. I said watch everything, not them.
It's on the jack stand. It's not gonna be nowhere.
If I hit the wall.
Yeah, you got a little bit of a rake there, bud.
I'd say.
All right,
Brother.
jack the axle. We'll get this tire on. We'll see how she really sits.
Not you should know.
That's a copy. Oh, yeah. A little bit more. There we go. We hand me the big impact.
I don't know. Y'all put a vote in the comments right now. What you think? You think we're gonna rake a little bit?
I think we're gonna break like hell.
A lot of bit, a little bit, or Took measurements on the back beforehand. sitting at 19 3/4 on the back. And now we are sitting at dun 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 dun. Jesus. 22 1/4. Woo!
This thing is great. It's a high hill.
It's not really that bad. As promised, the next day, we're gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna set you up for a time lapse and watch pretty much from this angle or the other angle of the whole process. We walk through that side. I'm confident in that side, so we're just gonna time lapse this side, and you all just watch me work.
I can help you out. 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 Here we go again. Time is up and I'm calling up my friends. Ain't no wonder why, ain't no wonder I do.
Might have to get to a brief intermission. It's looking rather dark out there. Rather dark. It's blowing like straight. If I'm pointing this way, straight that way. So we'll see. But I'm not working in that. Let's play where she lies.
Here we go again. Call me up and you wanna be my friend. I'm the one you ride, I'm the one you ride to. If you don't wanna change, ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. If you don't.
Alrighty, well that storm came and went. So, got the spring in, obviously. And the whole reason I'm doing this is, as you can see, if I can get that little sucker in focus, is, yeah, that's not supposed to look like that. It's been chewing through that. So obviously, it's supposed to be a perfect circle. As you can tell, it's been starting to eat through. I had to cut it off because I forgot how much of a pain in the tail those are to get to, even without the springs in the seats. That out, we're going to go ahead and grind our section there beside that pipe and get ready to weld up the support.
Wanna change, I can help you out. 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 I can help you out.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you lift 2.5 inches in front, 3 inches in the rear for a 3rd gen 4runner. Now I do have an inch of rake in the back, but I also have my torsion bars undone. So I have a feeling that if I redo my torsion bars, it may take away from that. I don't know. I'm gonna ride it for a day or two, see how I like it. If I do, we'll come back to that. But I know this was a very long video. If y'all are still watching, thank y'all for watching. And come back and see us on Shag's shop for the next big project. Okay, one last thing. Ride's really good and it looks level because we have it all loaded up. Ride's really freaking good. Just on that last note. All right, y'all come back and see us.
I can help you out. I can help you out. Look.